What's up YouTube, the PokeGamer here, and it's Saturday again, so I actually do have a Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This time I'm trying something different than a water team. I've actually never tried a sand team before, so I'm not entirely sure how good this team actually is, or was, or whatever. So I mean, whatever. The Scizor is the same one that I use on my rain team, but it's just really good for pretty much a lot of OU teams anyway, so whatever, it fits. Plus, yeah, I mean, the immunity to sand and all that, it's great. The opponent's team, there were a couple threats, but the thing about his team it kind of caught me off guard. Like, I didn't really expect some of these Pokemon. Like, I expected a lot of other things, like Jirachi, Deoxys, what else? Heatran, maybe, stuff like that. He has an Aerodactyl. I don't know what that's exactly for. Like, I've never seen Aerodactyl played in the OU tier. The Cloyster, I was pretty sure was a Skill Link Cloyster. And then the fact that I have Tyranitar, Landorus, and Terrakion all being weak to water, I mean, that was always a problem. The Dragonite, I've actually seen a lot of people using Dragonite in the OU tier, on top of things like, well, up there with Haxorus and Hydreigon and shit. So, I mean, I kind of expected a problem out of that. The Hitmonlee, I wasn't entirely sure. The only thing that I think I was going to have a problem in regards with that would actually be the Tyranitar. The Togekiss, I've actually never really seen played in the OU tier either. And Tentacruel, again, the water typing, I mean, that's part of the reason why I use this Quagsire. So, excuse me. Let's just get into the battle. So he's going to lead off with his Aerodactyl, and of course, because I'm using a sand team, I'm going to be leading with my Tyranitar. I wanted to get my sand up, just to make sure that I had it up. Gotta love when abilities activate. Anyways, he goes for the taunt. I assume he predicted that I was a support set, which I believe this one is from Smogon. It's the Stealth Rock one, whatever, I guess. I predicted a switch here, and I decided to go for a Pursuit. I don't understand why he stayed in, really. I mean, like, I don't think that either of these two can do anything of much against each other. But I go for the Superpower here. I know it's going to do, like, neutral damage, and I just wanted to see how much damage it would actually do. But instead, it actually takes down the Aerodactyl. So, I mean, there's that. Now, being Tyranitar, the obvious is going to be switched in. He's going to bring in his Hitmonlee and go for most likely a close combat or a high jump kick. So I was like, hell no, we're getting out. So I switch out for Landorus, and he goes for the predicted close combat, but he also is carrying a fighting gem, which you're about to see in a few seconds. I'm not entirely sure why he's using the fighting gem, but whatever. Obviously, it's not very effective because I'm part flying, but it is a hell of a lot of damage. I mean, close combat is something you don't take lightly, plus the fighting gem, which is kind of ridiculous. This surprised me. He actually outspeeds my Landorus, but he goes for the Stone Edge. I assume he was hoping for a crit. So I go with the Earthquake because I actually managed to survive, and I think this takes out the Hitmonlee. Yep, takes out the Hitmonlee. So another predicted switch in that I knew, he was probably going to bring in the Cloyster or the, what's it called, the Tentacruel. But he goes for the Cloyster here, and he goes with an Ice Shard, which I knew this thing was packing because I think that every single Cloyster should be running fucking Ice Shard on it. So Landorus goes down. It was pretty much death fodder at this point anyway, so I was like, whatever, fuck it. So after some sandstorm damage, I send out my Scizor. I know that Steel's super effective against ice, so if I remember correctly, it's part ice. I can't really remember. But I went with the Bullet Punch. I was like, okay, this thing has a priority move. It's going to hurt a lot of other... It has a chance of hurting a lot of my other Pokemon. So I kind of didn't want to stay in. This was ridiculous. He goes for the Rock Blast, and he gets not one, but you're about to see 2 criticals off this one Rock Blast. That was ridiculous. Not to mention it's a skill link, so it hits 5 times every single time. It's really ridiculous in my opinion. He goes for the Ice Shard here, trying to kill my Scizor, but unfortunately he doesn't take me out, and I go for another Bullet Punch because I'm Choice Banded, and it takes out the Cloyster. This is where the match gets really, really, really stupid. he sends out his Dragonite. Now I'm stuck into the bullet punch, and I'm almost dead. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let this thing die. So obviously I'm gonna be going first, and I get the chance to hit, and he goes for a Dragon Dance. You'll see why this is stupid later down the line. So just letting you know, we're gonna be seeing a lot of bullet punches here because this is just ridiculous. Okay. And he's also packing the leftovers. When I saw what I think what he's about to do, I knew what type. I was pretty much sure what type of set this was. He goes for the Roost. Because he's packing Roost, I had a good feeling he was also using Substitute. So I assumed that his 4 moves had to be either like something along the lines of Outrage or whatever, with Dragon Dance, Substitute, and Roost. That way he can keep his health up, he can keep the Substitute up, and he can do a heavy amount of damage. That's what I had figured. So this is not a bad Dragonite. It was actually kind of a pain in the ass, I'm not going to lie. But the thing that caught me off guard was, instead of running the Substitute, he runs something else, which I think he's going to go for after this. I think it's going to be right now. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's now that you'll see why. But after I saw what he does, yeah, he doesn't have the Substitute. He actually goes for the Fire Punch. I'm like, wait a minute. It seems like you should be running Substitute. If you're going hard body on fucking health recovery with Dragon Dance, it seems like you should be running Substitute. But apparently he wasn't, and my Scizor goes down. So I'm going to be sending out my Heatran here. Obviously Steel resists Dragon, and his only other offensive move is of the Fire type. And there was no way in hell he was going to use a Fire type move on me anyways. So he goes for the Dragon Claw. Does a decent amount of damage, but of course it's because of a critical. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp because I wanted to get not only the burn damage, but I also wanted to reduce its physical attack, in the hopes that I actually can survive another attack and kill this thing. Not to mention that I also wanted to kind of keep the damage going rather than having fucking leftovers replenishing the Sandstorm damage that he takes. So after some burn damage, he hits me with another Dragon Claw, but due to the burn and no critical hacks this time, my Heatran does not die. It actually survives like a champ with 60 HP, and I go for the Magma Storm for the kill. So this Dragonite was kind of a pain in the ass, only because of the whole fact that Scizor sat there locked into Bullet Punch for like 5 turns, and this guy was just not willing to show it any mercy. So he sends out his Togekiss, and immediately I know that this thing's probably packing this, Aurora Sphere. My Heatran was actually already close to dead anyways. I didn't want to just switch out and then have it die later down the line, so I kept it in. If for some miracle he missed or something, I would hit him with something. I think I went for Will-O-Wisp or something, but obviously it didn't survive long enough to see it used. So I switch into my Terrakion, and he outspeeds me, so he goes for another Aura Sphere, which does a decent amount of damage. And obviously it's not going to kill me, but I go for the Stone Edge, and this is going to one-shot the Togekiss. I'm kind of glad that I got the Togekiss out of there as fast as I did, because in the past I've actually seen this thing used quite a bit, and it can be a pain in the ass if you don't take care of it quickly. But I guess since this is like, you know, a Sandstorm team, it's expected to see that. This was ridiculous. I go for Stone Edge and it misses. Then he goes for the Hydro Pump and he misses. So after the Sandstorm thing, I go for Stone Edge again, and it takes out the Tentacruel. And with that, we have, you know, that's the end of the match. It was a good game. I saw some Pokemon I actually haven't seen in a long time, and I was actually kind of happy to see some different stuff. I kind of hoped, like, well, not hope, but I kind of wished that it would have been, like, I don't know if you made the wrong decisions or if there was a different, like, if a different move set on any of those Pokemon would have made a difference in the battle. But it would have been interesting if there, like, if there was something like that or whatever. Because, I mean, come on, it would have been fun. But it was a good game. So yeah. Let me know if you guys think I did okay with this Sandstorm team or not. I'm more of a water team than anything else, just because like Politoad's one of my favorite Pokemon, always has been, always will be, and all that other good shit. Don't forget to click the ad. I guess I'm capable of monetizing these videos for whatever reason. I don't know why, but be sure to click one. It helps me a lot. I'd like to kind of use some of the money I get in my AdSense later down the line to get a capture card. Maybe then I can actually do an LP on X and Y when it comes out, depending on how far I get with my AdSense. Just putting that out there. So yeah, I doubt it's gonna get that far, but I mean, if it does, great. But yeah, so this is the PokeGamer signing off. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, and don't forget to click the ads or whatever and share it with your friend. Until next time, this is PokeGamer signing off.